It's just another Sharkman podcast. Oh, come on, Jack. Do the intro, Jack. Do the intro, come on.
Hello and welcome to Just Another Sharkman podcast. Your chance to get the lowdown on all the latest movies, news and events in the Sharkman film franchise. I'm Jack and I'm here with this absolute legend, Fergus.
Hello, listeners.
Ferg. Whoa, big night last night.
Big night last night, listeners, and we're going to tell you all about it. But let me tell you this. It was rough.
It was big.
And it was, God, it was just, I mean, Jack said it himself.
Yeah.
Legendary night.
Yeah. How's your head, mate?
My head, it feels like, it's like the climax of Sharkman 7 is happening inside it,
And my tummy hurts, yeah.
So after last night, Jack and I just staggered back straight to the studio, actually.
5 a.m.
Because it was closer.
Straight into the laundrette.
Yeah, we just like crept in, just like opened the door to the back.
Yeah.
And we just slept here on the studio.
Yeah. On all these clothes.
On all these clothes. And we actually came back with our mate Gary as well.
Yeah, Gary's here.
Gary's here.
He's asleep.
Yeah, he's still passed out at the moment.
Yeah.
Actually, we obviously had to get up to the podcast,
Yeah.
but so he's passed out at the moment. But if Gary wakes up later, we might get him to be on the podcast. That'd be great, and he can tell us a bit more about the night, and he'd be a great guest.
Oh, I just want to give him a little tickle, Ferg.
Oh.
Anyway, so as you may not know, actually, listeners, Ferg and I may be online sensations, but we're also part of the local fandom, the local community fandom. And I don't really go to these meetups, but Ferg goes a lot.
Yeah. So it's just like the local, just our sort of postcode, all meet up at the milkshake bar quite regularly, just to chat about Sharkman.
Yeah.
So yesterday was a big meetup. Everyone comes to the milkshake bar. It was starting at like 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And the idea of the meetup was just gonna sit around, chat about the latest Sharkman releases, catch up with each other.
Yeah, whereas podcasts are a bit one-sided, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like it's just us expressing our opinions out and not getting any replies.
Yeah.
Well, we do get replies.
But it's hate mail.
It's hate mail, yeah.
So really, these sort of physical interactions are a great chance to. It's a social catch-up, really.
But that wasn't how the night started, was it, Ferg? We started with prees at my house.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So me and Ferg,
I got to Jackson around 11 a.m.
Got there at 11 a.m.
after we recorded yesterday's podcast, which obviously was all about the latest Sharkman versus the Yakuza novelization.
So if you haven't seen that, get that in your ear holes. So Ferg came round, we cracked open the milkshakes, cracked open the juice, drank a lot of it.
Yeah, we had vanilla milkshakes.
We had apple juice. Oh no, it was really. You know what, Ferg? I had such a good time at those prees at my house. It was so nice. It was like one of the few times in the week that Chris wasn't there.
Yeah.
The landlord had been in the morning, collected the money.
Yeah.
And it meant we could just enjoy ourselves.
Yeah,
and, and Mum could bring us the milkshakes and the juice, and it was just like friendly and nice.
Your landlord is Chris, isn't he?
Chris is my landlord as well. Yeah.
Cool. So Chris is a rival podcaster.
Yeah.
And he is, let's be honest here, Jack, your stepdad, functionally.
Yeah.
And he's also your landlord.
Yes, he is.
Just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, he is. No, he's all three of those things.
Cool. So we're having milkshakes, and it was lovely.
Yeah, and we're chatting about Sharkman versus Yakuza.
Yep.
And we were chatting about some stuff we didn't actually get to cover on the podcast.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Sharkman versus Yakuza and how Sharkman goes into the Japanese mafia underworld and kind of works his way up from the bottom and sort of throws people off buildings and fights them and punches them.
Because it's interesting how the actual title of the original film and the novelization and the TV adaptation, the concept album, the subsequent stage musical adaptation of the concept album, the non-musical stage adaptation of the musical, the radio play adaptation of the stage play, the fiction podcast adaptation, the print comic, the web comic, all the versions of it are all called Sharkman versus the Yakuza.
Yeah.
But the actual plot is very much that Sharkman just joins the Yakuza
and works his way up from the bottom.
And is just not like as a spy. He's just like, a part of the Yakuza.
It's just like the whole plot is just like, I've arrived in Japan, no one knows who I am. I'm going to join the Yakuza and extort money and fight people in bathrooms and sort of gradually work your way up and become Kingpin.
Yeah. So it's a weird title, that, given the actual plot. I never thought about that.
Yeah, no, I know. But
when consuming all those different adaptations multiple times, I'd never thought about the sort of discrepancy there.
Fun fact about Sharkman versus Yakuza, actually, Ferg. No one knows what was the original piece of content.
Oh, right. I always thought it was the film.
No.
Oh.
So the film, you might say, is just a film version of the radio adaptation of the play.
Right.
So actually, because dates are so foggy, it's this kind of endless cycle, like a snake eating its own tail.
I think there's a word for that, actually, Jack. What you just talked about there, the image of a snake eating its own tail. It's like Latin. I think it's...
I just think it's a marker of true success.
Yeah, because that snake is more successful than the other snakes.
Yeah,
because the other snakes are like, gotta eat a rat, gotta eat some leaves.
But this
snake is like infinite food supply.
Yeah.
Boom.
Lad. Absolute legend snake.
Talking of legends,
last night, so good. It was so fun. So finished prees. So we head out of the house. Mum's talking to Chris on the phone. She's either having phone sex or talking about landlord stuff. Not sure. We drunk so much already. Mm-hmm. We drunk so many milkshakes already.
Yeah.
But we head down the milkshake bar and we are ready for
the milkshake bar.
More. We are so ready. Yeah. And this is the first time I've actually gone.
Yes, it is.
Which was big for me. I was a bit nervous to meet everyone. You obviously told me about everyone.
Yeah.
You told me about Hammerhead Steve. And you told me about Y2K Janice. But I'd never met any of them.
No.
And so this was my big day.
Yeah. Did I actually mention why Y2K Janice is called Y2K Janice? Why she's called that Y2K Janice?
Why?
Well, the reason why is that you remember Y2K.
Yeah, when everything,
broke,
planes fell out the sky, laptops exploded, entire buildings shut down, and everyone had to go home and make fires and sort of hunt animals, and and moss began to grow on the sides of buildings, and just the whole human race sort of went back 1,000 years.
Yeah, I can't remember how we came back from that. Actually, do you remember what happened?
All I know, it was slow. It was a slow process.
Yeah.
But then sort of Sharkman films happened.
Yeah.
And we're back on track again, really.
I think that's what happened.
A little bit of cultural history, but you could kind of see the Sharkman films as a sort of phoenix rising out of the desolation of Y2K.
Yeah.
Anyway,
her whole family died in Y2K.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, we head to the milkshake bar, and this whole time, Ferg is prepping me, because I'm like, Ferg, I'm really nervous. And Ferg's saying, yeah, I know you're really nervous, but don't make this awkward, because I'm really popular in this group, and if I bring someone that's really awkward and rubbish, they're gonna project that onto me, and they're not gonna think I'm so great. So, Jack, you just need to be really, really good and be really good in the social situation. This is the only thing I have every week that means I connect to people. And if I don't have this, then I have nothing. I do the podcast all day and the podcast all night. And the only time I meet people is at this place. And I'm on thin ice here. And I'm scared. And I'm scared that if you mess it up, I'll never be able to come back. I'm lonely. I'm sad. I'm lonely.
I don't think I quite said it like that, Jack. But anyway, the point is, Jack was nervous and we were headed to the milkshake bar.
Yeah. We come in, ding-a-ling, we go through the door, and immediately people started asking me about my t-shirt.
Yes, yeah, because you had your...
Got my Bread, Peace and Land t-shirt on, which is obviously a line from Sharkman 4. But it's limited edition, Ferg. They didn't make very many of them because no one really knows what it means.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it may have been some sort of typo in the film script.
Right, yeah.
Why did Sharkman say that?
Yeah.
No one knows.
No, totally.
Anyway, so I just start chatting away.
Yeah. It was quite... Yeah, well, I was trying to talk to everyone, but Jack was...
Yeah, they were just flocking to me. Everyone was flocking to me.
Yeah, I think... I mean, it's just because of your t-shirt, Jack, I think.
Yeah, probably just because of my t-shirt.
I think that was obviously...
I was still really nervous.
And obviously they would have chatted to me, but the reason they weren't chatting to me was... It's just because they know me so well. They didn't... we catch up so often. There wasn't anything to chat about. It was more of a...
It's like I'm a new Sharkman film and you're an old Sharkman film.
Yeah, and they love me.
But they don't watch you. Yeah, anyway.
So we start drinking milkshakes.
Oh, so nice.
And it's just a nice chilled out time.
Until...
What's
her nickname again?
Amy.
She brought over strawberry shots.
Yeah, she brings in a round of strawberry milkshake shots. And obviously, we haven't been planning for this to be a big night.
Yeah.
We were just like...
I just wanted to meet everyone.
We thought it was just going to be vanilla milkshakes.
Yeah.
But... I mean, it's only, it's like 2:00 now, and she's bringing out the strawberry milkshakes.
Yeah. Early in the day for strawberry milkshakes.
Yeah.
And we all take one, and suddenly the atmosphere in the room just totally changes.
Yeah.
There is something reckless in the crowd.
Yeah.
The strawberry shots were flowing.
Yeah.
And suddenly everyone opens up. Everyone starts to kind of let me know what they're really like. And I meet so many interesting people.
Yeah.
And in fact, you look at these people. You look at these people and you think, these people lead boring lives.
Yeah.
But it's like you and me. You might look
like
at you and me and you might say, they lead boring lives.
But then you actually get to know us, and it's like, oh my god, no, they record a podcast about Sharkman movies every single day.
Every single day.
We're so much more interesting, and there's so much more going on there.
Exactly, and like I have a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
I like they're unfounded opinions. They're generally like, I haven't really thought them through. It's as if I've been dealt these opinions.
Yeah.
It's as if they've been shuffled on cards and just given out to me, and I've been told, you better stick to this opinion, and then you'll win a prize at the end of the day or something.
Exactly.
But it is for my entire life.
And there's a lot more to us there. You know, there's a lot of anger.
There's a lot of anger.
Yeah, I don't have many emotions, Jack, but I have, you know, a small amount of emotions that are constantly bubbling away under the surface.
Yeah.
You know, there's anger, big one.
Yeah.
There's fear, that's a big one.
Yeah.
And then just a peppering of delight.
Yeah.
And I think that's all of us in the Sharkman fandom. That's what's great about fandom, is bringing everyone into a community together.
Yeah, this grassroots Sharkman society.
Exactly.
And we're meeting at the milkshake bar, and I start talking to Y2K Janice.
Yeah. Talk
to Jerry.
Nice.
He works at the cinema. Did you know that?
Yeah. He's great.
I now, every time we go to the cinema, I can say, hi Jerry, how are you? He must get to see the films for free.
No.
Oh, he doesn't?
Most films, of course, if you're working at a cinema, you get paid to work the film and you see the film.
Yeah.
But in order for cinemas to put on Sharkman films, it's so expensive to bring in the projecting equipment, because obviously Sharkman films project in such a different way. Yeah. So it's so expensive for cinemas to put Sharkman films on. They can't actually, in order to cut down costs, they can't actually afford to pay people to staff the cinema when the Sharkman films are on.
No.
So if you're staff there, you have to do the shift for free, which obviously people do, though, because they want to see the film.
So when Jerry told me that he was seeing the films for free, he meant he wasn't being paid.
Yes.
But listeners, it was popping off.
It was popping, and then at this point, somebody decided to boot up the karaoke machine that they have in the milkshake bar.
So funny.
Such a good time.
So what you have to do, I know karaoke's a bit dated now, but what you have to do is they have this little screen in the corner of the milkshake bar, and what happens is they put on a Sharkman film, and one person gets up with a mic, and they have to speak along to every line in the Sharkman film.
Reading the dialogue from the film.
From memory.
Yeah.
And if you mess up, then obviously you have to pass the mic on to someone else.
Yeah.
And like the longer you do it, the more points you get.
Yeah.
And if you do it for long enough, you know, you win.
Yeah.
So they booted up
Yeah.
the Prawn Boy Adventures.
Yeah.
And really embarrassingly, I messed up 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
I literally said sure thing instead of sure thang.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
Yeah.
But everyone just laughed and it was fine. It was funny.
That was really weird, actually, Jack, because whenever I do that, I get really worried and I get really anxious about messing up, because I'm like, if I mess up, everyone will think I'm terrible and they'll hate me, and I get really inside my own head about that.
Yeah.
And so I try really hard to impress people.
Okay.
But then you got up and you just and you when you messed up, everyone actually just laughed at it and thought it was entertaining, and it was like not a big deal, and it was kind of chill, and so that like really got to me.
And I could kind of tell that, Ferg, when I put the mic down. But luckily the rules are that the person who messes up gets to pick the next person.
Yeah.
So obviously I picked you, and everyone was sort of shaking their heads like, no, Ferg's so good at this.
Yeah.
No, Ferg's so good at this, don't let him do it because he'll just win, he'll just beat everyone. And then you just got up and you did a full 2 hours from memory of that film. And everyone's like there whispering to me like, why doesn't he just give up on purpose, let someone else have a go, you know, all of that.
I mean, that's not the game. I was playing the game that
you already had the max amount of points you could get. You'd already won. Anyway, people just started to walk away from Ferg. They just started to leave him doing the karaoke by himself. And Y2K Janice gets me a glitter milkshake. Have you ever had one of those?
No.
It's every flavour of milkshake mixed together, so you can't taste any of them.
Oh, cool! Like the Sharkman film.
Yeah, like all of the Sharkman film.
Nice.
But
anyway, at this point, basically we're all just so buzzed up on milkshakes.
Yeah.
There's so much sugar on us. Most of us can barely see. It's like You know when you see a pneumatic drill just like go in?
Yeah.
The drill bit just like going like that. Like that's all of our limbs. That's our hands. That's everything. We're just like, it's so sick.
I dislocated my hand for a second.
Nice.
Like, just popped it back in.
So at this point, Eddie Elgar stands up.
Oh, Eddie Elgar.
Yeah. And he's like, guys, you know what I hate?
What?
And we were like, what?
What?
And he's like, you know what really grinds my goat?
What?
You know what gets my gears?
Yeah, everyone's like replying like a pantomime.
Yeah.
What?
Like a pantomime, like a mob. And he's like, unlicensed Sharkman merchandise. He's like, the good people at Sharkman Studios, we're all screaming, our eyes are rolling over black. He's like, the good people at Sharkman Studios, they spend tireless hours, you know, labouring and creating and coming up with ideas to produce all these Sharkman products and these Sharkman properties and this Sharkman merchandise. And the money that should be spent towards Sharkman merchandise is their money and they should have it. And when people sell unlicensed Sharkman merchandise on the internet or make stuff for themselves or for their kids or draw little pictures of Sharkman, anything like that, it gets me so mad because it's illegal.
Yeah.
And the goddamn government and Sharkman Studios are too nice to do anything about it. And it's about time we stood up for the little people at Sharkman Studios.
So what we did, we made these torches. We made these torches out of metal milkshake glasses, and we stuffed them. We stuffed them with napkins, and we lit them on fire.
So we're going down the street and we're knocking on doors, breaking down doors, tearing off doors, going into houses, and we're like, got any Sharkman shit? And they're like, yes. And we're like, did you buy it from the official licensed Sharkman online store? And for sometimes they're like, yes. And then we're like, great, join us, and they do. But sometimes they're like, no. And we grab the stuff and we throw it in the street, and we're just pulling stuff out of the houses, throwing it in the street.
We're just taking children's drawings.
Yeah.
We're taking
out
like
of their hands
teddy bears, but the parents have tried to sew Sharkman's head on, so they think it's a good Sharkman toy.
And we're just throwing it all in the street, and we're setting fire to it.
Be in the bonfire, and we're having a laugh.
Great time.
We're having such a laugh while we're doing this, and it's so fun, and it's really, you know, we're really bonding with other people.
Yeah.
And I think we've said this before on the podcast, but that's really what Sharkman's all about.
And it's the power of fandom.
Exactly. It's about making friends, doing something you love.
Yeah. And this whole time, Jack,
yeah,
I'm just thinking, I've just got like the internal model in my head is just, I love Sharkman, I love Sharkman, I love Sharkman, it's just constantly. And it's like, there were no other thoughts.
No. How could there be? During such rapture and such beauty.
Let's go to an ad.
We'll give it to you. Wherever you want, whenever you want. In whatever you want, whenever you like it. It's piss. We're gonna give you piss. We're gonna put it in anything and we'll send it you. It's not the piss of the Sharkman actors, but it's piss nonetheless. Piss. We get it from anywhere. There are we get it from lots of places. Not all of it's human. Some of it is. Some of it's from cows. Some of it's from horses. Some of it's from little rabbits. Then, you can take the piss. You can put it in anything. You can drink it. You can shower in it. You can hide it in your house. You can hide it in under the stairs. You can hide it in the cupboards. You can hide it in the secret places only you know about. You can hide it secretly. You can covet it. You can look after it. You can look after it like it's a pet hidden in your house, like a secret pet that you don't have to tell anyone about. You stroke it. Maybe you drink it sometimes. Maybe you just lap it up. You just lap it with a little tongue, with your tongue. Anyway, it's piss.com. It's £3.42 a month, with your first 8 months free. Piss.com.
Oh, all right, listeners, we're back. Just gonna keep telling you the story of our absolute wild one we went on last night.
Yes.
So where were we? Oh, so the bonfire of unlicensed Sharkman merchandise is raging in the streets.
And we're all sat around the bonfire and we are having a brilliant time. We're catching up. Y2K Janice has cracked out her acoustic. She's playing the Sharkman 4 theme. We're all singing along. It's like da 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 da. And we're having a laugh. And I didn't know that Ferg could sing that well, but he really could. He really could.
Well,
yeah.
And so what happens next is we start, and this is what one of the things I really love about our meetups, and just the Sharkman community as a whole, whether it's online or in real life, we start having some great debates about Sharkman.
Debates, arguments, fights, you know, I mean, it's like, they're all sort of the same thing,
so we start talking about stuff like...
You know, whether or not you like the new character Veggie Burger Man.
Which one of the Dino Bros actually has asthma.
And which is just pretending.
Yeah.
Sharkman operas, yay or nay? And what's the answer to the riddle? What is it, Ferg? What's the answer to the riddle?
I mean, maybe we'll never find out.
But maybe, Ferg, we'll find out in Sharkman 9. And this was actually a big debate that happened.
We got really stuck on obviously the big debate at the moment about Sharkman 9 is what's the title of Sharkman 9 going to be?
What is it going to be?
They've been because of course ever since the release of Sharkman 3, just after that they told us what the title was going to be for Sharkman 4 through 8 and also Sharkman 10 through 27.
But Sharkman 9, big question mark. They've really held
they had,
that
that
back.
big thumbnail with a question mark, and it's like it's been years. We just don't know what the title of Sharkman 9 is going to be.
But,
and it's coming around the corner now, and we still don't know what it's going to be.
But we all have our theories. And
exactly.
You see, this is the problem when you get a bunch of Sharkman fans in a room or around a bonfire in the middle of the night in the street.
Yeah.
They're going to start talking about this, and they're going to be a bit angry.
And obviously the theories people have about what the title are going to be draw from different sources. There are people who are like, well, thematically it makes more sense if it's this.
There are two that have really gained some traction.
Yeah, they're the two main theories.
And they've got
it's got to be one of these two,
highest
surely.
betting odds.
Yeah.
Lowest betting odds.
I bet a lot of money on both of them.
How does betting work?
But the two big theories are, of course, as you know, listeners, Sharkman, danger, 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 danger.
And Sharkman 9... Sharkman becomes the mayor.
So we're there around the bonfire having this big debate.
And what starts to happen is that the group starts to really split in two at this point. It starts to really divide. And one group is like, no, it's definitely going to be called Sharkman Danger, 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 Danger. The other group's, no, we're pretty sure it's Sharkman becomes the mayor. And really what starts to happen is that while all of this aggression had been previously directed outwards to people that had drawn pictures of Sharkman, got some unlicensed Sharkman merch.
Wronged that which we hold dear.
Yes, exactly. Now, that anger started to turn inwards and we started really to start fighting each other.
Yeah, in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
It was like the energy of the community sort of like radiating and folding in on itself.
Yeah.
And I mean, and obviously, needless to say, listeners, at this point, of course, not only are we still buzzed up on all the milkshakes we've been having, but also we've been inhaling all the fumes from the bonfire of unlicensed Sharkman merchandise, all the plastic and everything. And so we're absolutely losing our minds. It's like we're just like stumbling about. We've got no sense of reality.
No, I mean,
when do we? But
we're really starting to see things. We're really seeing things. Those fumes are going right into our lungs and right into our bloodstream and up to our brain. And tell you what, Ferg, I'm seeing the most crazy shit you could possibly imagine.
What hit me?
I'm seeing like just really, really, really crazy imaginative things. Like I'm seeing white cubes.
Nice.
I'm just seeing loads of white cubes, and I'm seeing. I thought I saw Sharkman.
Oh, cool.
Just crazy imaginative things like that.
Yeah.
And they're not really swirling. They're just like in front of me.
That's what's so great about the Sharkman. Being a fan of if I may say, Jack.
Yeah.
Being a fan of the Sharkman franchise, like you are, it just makes your imagination so wild, and it just expands your horizons so much.
And while there were at the beginning of the night hugs and kisses and laughter, now there's just punching.
Yes.
There's just a lot of punching.
Yes. So us being so jazzed up on all the fumes and all the milkshakes, and like we were saying, having this very lively debate, very much splitting into two teams.
Because we're legends.
Because we're fucking legends. It's devolved into this absolute... We're hitting each other.
Yeah, absolute
we're fighting.
nightmare. Yeah.
It's just... it's so great.
But what's fascinating, Ferg, and this is just a testament to how great the fans of Sharkman are, Ferg, what started to happen in those two factions very quickly, we managed to build an entire military structure in 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
So there were lieutenants, colonels, captains, generals.
And of course, I actually, what's funny, guys?
Yeah.
Such a great night. What's funny is that Jack and I were actually on opposing sides.
We were.
I was
really
very
awkward.
much supporting. I'm very much of the belief that the film's going to be called Sharkman, Danger, 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 Danger.
And I just love the idea that he's the mayor. I just think that's really funny.
I mean, I think that would just play weirdly with canon. I just don't think, in terms of Sharkman as authority figure, I don't think it's quite the right.
Okay, Ferg, calm down. Take a breath. And let's just keep telling them about our lovely night. Let's not fight again. So, I was just a foot soldier. I was just really a pawn in this great game.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Ferg was actually the captain to the general. So Ferg was actually second from the top. I mean, why don't you tell them who was the general in your army, Ferg?
Oh, so that, of course, was Cassie Cooper.
Little Cassie Cooper.
Great friend, big fan. So she's 9 years old, youngest member of the group. And let me tell you, for a 9-year-old, she is so violent. She's great. So at this point, of course, basically, so we do this thing and we just have this huge civil war, and it's just immense and it's horrendous.
Yeah. What's brilliant about it as well is that while on Ferg's side, it's sort of an army structure. It's generals and corporals and lieutenants. On my side, it's more of a religious one.
Okay.
So there's a high priest.
Nice.
There's a bishop.
I fucking knocked that guy's teeth out.
And we collected those teeth and kept them as relics.
Nice.
There's a whole set of priests.
Yeah.
And then there's the congregation.
Are there different classes of priest?
Yes.
What sort of classes are we dealing with here?
So we're dealing with the cinematic priests.
Okay.
They really care about the film franchise.
Yeah.
But then we're also looking at there's some audiobook priests. There's a couple Sharkman website priests that are all about the Sharkman Studios website.
Nice.
All about the hidden Easter eggs on
Nice.
there. Then there's the congregation, and what we do is we just sort of blindly follow what that structure tells us to do.
Cool.
And in the process, we gain absolution. But we're just having it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the army versus the church. We are literally just kicking and punching each other.
Yeah. And there are no weapons.
You know what's interesting, Ferg?
Yeah.
You know what's really brilliant, and you know what made me realise about this night out that we had?
Yeah.
We, as Sharkman fans, we have so much energy.
Yes.
We have so much energy and passion.
Yes.
And we spend it all in one place.
Yep.
And that's a great thing.
Yep.
I think what's brilliant is not only that we like these movies, is that we just devote our entire selves to them. Mm-hmm. So even when we're out with friends, we're still thinking about the movies. And we'll even fight a war with those friends.
Yeah.
Instead of being friends with them.
Yeah.
Because we love the movie.
And it gives you such a sense of purpose and such a sense of home.
And sometimes you're like, when Jerry from the cinema is just biting you on the arm.
Yeah.
When he's just biting you on the arm and his teeth are almost passing through the skin and out the other side.
Crunch.
There are times when you think, maybe this hurts. Maybe this is too much. But no.
It's not.
It's not. And you have to and you just have to keep telling yourself that. And these two factions, they're just having it out.
Yeah.
They're just absolutely having it out, out this argument, but with their fists.
Yeah, we don't have any weapons.
No.
We're just grabbing each other, clawing at each other. And it's so like, because a lot of other, I think there are other fandoms who, when they have their big fights, they would use weapons.
Yeah.
But I think what's great about the Sharkman fandom is that it's much more up close and personal, and our hands are in each other's hair, in each other's faces, down each other's mouths.
Yeah.
We're pulling at each other.
What's good is it's really about your own physical strength.
Yeah.
And it's not about any kind of swords, katanas, blunt objects that you might have found on the way, because that's not really fair. And I think we're all about fairness, and we're all about democracy.
Yeah.
And we're all about being kind to each other.
Yeah.
And as I had my hand down that lieutenant's throat, I was just thinking, thank you.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, thank you for letting me do this.
Yeah.
And thank you for letting me engage in a healthy debate.
Yeah.
So this went on for a couple hours.
Yeah.
It started with fists, but it ended up with biting and scratching.
Yeah, so what's interesting, actually, listeners, is, like I said, I was on an absolute wild one, absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, you were really crazy, Ferg.
Yeah.
You were crying a bit. You were really great. You were just spinning.
Oh, nice.
You were just gyrating.
Yeah.
Sort of, again, with tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
And you were sort of saying, no one loves me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, so yeah, listeners, when you're at a party and you just sort of like wander off and do your own thing.
Yeah.
I actually missed a lot of what Jack's been telling you about with the fighting, because I actually wandered off and I just headed to the cinema. And
Oh.
And I went to the cinema,
Oh.
and I just sat down. I got a huge tub of popcorn, got some of my favourite juices, and I sat there and I watched some of my favourite Sharkman films. I watched Sharkman 3, I watched Sharkman 7, I watched the first couple of Boudica films. I watched my favourite, all the Dr. Dinosaur films. And I was just so content, just having a good time. You know, I just come from this great place, hanging out with my friends, and now I'm sitting there just watching these films, just loving them. And yeah, so that was my evening.
Ferg. Okay, so, sorry listeners, so what actually... Ferg, do you not remember?
I remember enjoying some of my favourite films.
We found you in the centre of the bonfire.
Okay.
Blacked out, shaking.
Right.
And we pulled you out by your foot.
Okay.
And had to bring you out onto the pavement.
Yeah.
And I had to give you the kiss of life.
Okay.
So I don't think you did go to that cinema.
Right.
I do think you imagined it.
Cool. But well, all I can say is I had a great time in there watching those films.
And all it made me think, it made me deduce after I pulled you out and I talked to you, was, you know that film where they all deliberately die in the hospital and then they see perhaps what heaven is like?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dino Bros.
Paradise Found.
Well, made me think maybe that endless cinema that you were in, Ferg, maybe that's a bit like what heaven's like.
We can only hope, Jack.
We can only hope.
So, so what was weird, when I got back from I just strolled back from the cinema.
That didn't happen.
Sorry, so I've been
just to be
dragged
clear,
out of the bonfire onto the street.
Yes, and just given you the kiss
in
of
my
life.
memories, it's very much that I had a nice leisurely stroll back from the...
You did almost die.
Now that you say this, actually makes sense because I watched films for days in there, so it makes more sense that only an hour, a small amount of time had elapsed. Anyway, so I came back, and what was really cool, listeners, actually. I was so happy to see that the fighting was over, and so Jack had actually been crowned once and future king of us all, and the whole community had sort of become one under him, which was
it was so silly.
Happy for him.
It was so silly. So basically, what happened was, as the fighting sort of stopped, and everyone, I was sort of on the hunt for you a bit, Ferg, and everyone else was sort of exhausted, lying against the bonfire. You know, they still really, really hated each other.
Yeah.
But they obviously couldn't fight anymore. They were bruised, they were tired.
Yeah.
Y2K Janice, her acoustic was just broken, but she stood up and she just sang a song of war.
Oh, nice.
And it really chilled us all to the bone.
I mean, a cappella always chills me to the bone.
Yeah, exactly. But it really, really, really shook everyone there, I think, Ferg. And there was this silence descended across the bonfire. And I was looking for you.
Yeah.
And I thought, Ferg, maybe he's gone in the bonfire. Maybe he's underneath.
Right.
And I was sort of looking.
But I hadn't gone to the cinema.
No, you had.
Oh, sorry.
You were in the
sorry.
bonfire.
Carry on.
And I saw this hilt. It's sticking out of the bonfire.
Okay.
And I thought, this hilt is weird because everything else in this bonfire looks like unlicensed Sharkman merch.
Right, yeah, of course.
But this hilt, Ferg, it looked like a limited edition Sharkman laser sword.
Oh, no.
And so I pulled it out. And guess what? It was a limited edition Sharkman plastic laser sword.
How did that end up in there?
By mistake. Exactly. And so I took it out, and everyone on the street turns and looks at me. And they see me with this laser sword, the one bit of licensed merch in the entire pile. And they begin to bow down.
Yeah.
And I just accidentally become the king of all our friends.
Yeah.
Even though I just met them today. And like you've been their friends for ages.
Yeah.
But I'm just really relieved that suddenly like now I have a bit of my own posse, my own crew.
Yeah, they're yours.
It's really good.
They're yours.
But I do prefer the term God King, Ferg.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bear that in mind.
I do prefer the term God King. And anyway, we're all in a WhatsApp group now. Oh, do you want me to add you to it? I forgot. Go on.
Yeah, but I don't mind.
Go
it's
on.
all right.
It's basically I'm the only person that writes in it.
Okay.
And all I do is I dictate when we meet and what we talk about. And basically I'm using my powers for good, Ferg. I'm using my powers for goof. We're just, you know, I thought it was kind of, the chat was a bit serious before. You know, you're always like,
Sharkman,
we've got to know exactly what
no
happens
fun
from film
it.
to film.
Right.
You're always like,
I don't.
you were always like, let's all talk about the Dino Bros reboot. Like, is it part of the franchise or is it a new story? Blah blah blah.
Well,
but I just want to So I just want to use the WhatsApp group, and I want to use all the friends now. And I think we should talk about silly things. I've just put a call out for submissions for Sharkman Snogs, my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's just gonna send me screen caps of funny kisses in Sharkman films, and so that's what the group's gonna be like now. And I just can't wait for you to come along.
Yeah. Me neither.
I've just been thinking this whole morning how lucky I was to find that sword.
Yeah.
I mean, how lucky I was I got on with anyone anyway when we first came. But who left that sword in there,
Yeah.
Who accidentally put a genuine piece of great limited edition Sharkman merch in that pile of vanities?
I mean, maybe what it was is that someone else in the group, brought that piece of limited edition merch from their bedroom.
Yeah.
And when everyone was putting the bonfire together, maybe that person sort of snuck it into the mound of unlicensed merch.
Right.
Where they thought no one else, where they really thought no one else would see it there. They thought it was really well hidden, and they planned that later in the day that they would reach in as if they'd just found it themselves, and they would pull it out. And save it from the bonfire, and so that person would be crowned God King, and that's what they wanted. But you did it instead, and that's so great. I'm so happy for you.
No, that's ridiculous, Ferg.
No, of course.
That sounds like someone's like a psychopath or something, and they want to like suddenly claim all these friends that they don't really have.
Yeah. No. That. Yeah. What a. Yeah.
It's just so like weird. The plot of a film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real life isn't like films, Ferg. Real life is a lot more mundane and boring.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to us chat about our absolute legend bender. Great night. Great friends.
It was so fun.
It was so much fun.
What are you doing later today?
I'm hanging so bad. I got to head home and just lie down.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Me and the mates we're gonna go head down, play the new Sharkman fighting game.
Oh, the new game that's just come out with all the Sharkman characters.
Yeah, and they all fight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that looks really good.
Because they've rented that lockup in town.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I say game. It's like one giant physical game.
Yeah.
Where you all
people are dressed up as the Sharkman characters.
And then you throw money at those people.
You throw it into the pit.
And then they fight, and you see who's strongest. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I'll definitely play that at some point. But today I've got gotta have a quiet one.
Oh, before we go, should we wake up Gary?
Yeah.
Let's get his view on the night out.
Yeah. Let's have Gary on as a guest. That'd be so fun.
I want to give him a little tickle. Gary.
Go on, Gary.
Gary.
Just shaking him to wake him up, listeners.
Gary.
Gary.
Gary. Gary. Gary.
This has been Just Another Sharkman podcast, starring Jack Bradfield as Jack and Fergus Macdonald as Fergus. Artwork by Niamh Simpson. Tune in again for more Sharkman news tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that.